What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Mountainside Tabletop. I'm Vic, this is Brad, and we are very excited to be back with some Shatterpoint on the channel.
We're about to shatter some points.
Yeah.
Have I made that joke already?
I'm sure. At least in person to me. So I'm happy to say I have all of the Ewoks available in Shatterpoint as my list today. I really, really love these models. I really enjoyed painting them, and I really love how they play.
Yeah, I'm a bit concerned because these Ewoks look pretty strong. They don't have a lot of diceless displacement, but they do have a ton of shoves on their trees in like step 1 and step 2. So I think I'm going to be getting pushed off points a lot. And also, these guys are super mobile.
Yeah.
My team isn't the most mobile. I think you're probably just going to be able to overwhelm me in Struggle 1. I'm going to have to plan ahead and try and make sure I'm well positioned going into Struggle 2 and going into Struggle 3. I don't like going into this already basically conceding the first struggle.
Yeah.
Who knows? But I think just based on our loadouts, you're in a very good position to take Struggle 1 pretty easily.
They don't have a lot of stamina to play with, so like I said, we'll see. If I don't win Struggle 1 and 2, there's not a chance, so yeah.
All right, so these Ewoks got to be taken care of. The regular chaff Empire forces weren't doing the trick, so Vader had to come down himself with his he handpicked some Stormtroopers, and you know what? He needed the very best bounty hunters in the galaxy to come help him. So I've got Vader, I've got Cad Bane. I'm playing both of these boxes just as they are, and I think there's some pretty interesting play between the Stormtroopers and the Bounty Hunters. Seems like Stormtroopers really want to synergize with more Stormtroopers, but so far there aren't any more Stormtroopers than what I've already brought in the game. However, the Bounty Hunters, Aurra Singh and the support Bounty Hunters, they all have payday, and with that, I can basically treat them as Stormtroopers if I need to. So I can get extra dice for attacks, I can get some extra movement. They can also be Galactic Empire and get some bonuses from Vader stuff. So I think there's a lot of play with payday here, and I'm interested to see just how the Empire works and how this new Vader works, because I think he looks really fun.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously agree with all of that. I'm 100% going to get caught out by the bounty hunters being counted as Stormtroopers at some point. I know that. That's why I've built my list all as Ewoks, because I can't keep track of that sort of thing. We'll see. I think if you can survive the onslaught, which you've got a lot of wounds to play with and can probably do that, then I'm going to be in trouble.
Yeah, I think you might be. Yeah. For today's game, we're playing on Sabotage Showdown. It's the new mission that just came out. We've got a whole bunch of terrain that's set up like this, and the ladders are here. We roll off for first player, and Vic wins. So he chooses the right side of the board, and we set up our minis.
So for the first struggle, we drew the Secure the Exits card. They all lay out the same way, but this one comes with a bonus. When you pull your Shatterpoint card, you get to recover twice on your Shatterpointed unit. And then we get into the game. So with the first activation, I think this is absolutely best case Ontario for me. I draw Wicket. With his lead the charge tactics ability, I get a dash forward with Wicket and the trappers. Basically, everyone ends on an objective and climbs up a few ladders. And then Wicket's gonna move and take cover over by the speeder bike.
Okay, I start off by drawing Aurra Singh, and I don't really want her. I think she's probably one of my worst starting draws. So I'm gonna pay a force to put her in reserve. And then I draw Cad Bane, which I think is probably my second worst. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I would have loved pretty much anybody else. I'm gonna start by advancing up toward this building and then using the ladder to get up on top and onto this objective. Then I'm gonna shoot Wicket. I get 2 successes, so that's 3 damage and a jump, so I'll just reposition slightly.
Next up, I'm going to draw my Shatterpoint card. Pretty early, but I think that this is going to be a good opportunity for me to activate Wicket again. First, I'll remove 2 damage from the Secure All Exits bonus. Then I'm going to dash up the Hunters and Wicket himself with Lead the Charge, and spend a force on Stealthy Approach to dash and focus. Then I'm going to spend another force on Hunting Horn to give Cad Bane an Expose token. Then with my final action, I'm going to attack him. Get a bad roll here, but since Cad can't use expertise from that Expose token, I get 2 successes through, which is enough for 2 damage and a strain.
Alright, next up, I'm going to draw, and I get the Stormtroopers. So I'll start with a move action. My first trooper will advance onto this point. And then my second trooper is going to advance to this ladder and climb up right next to Wicket. Then I'm going to spend an action and a force to use for the Empire, and just yeet Wicket right off this building. Just kick him right off. That'll let me take back the objective, which is going to keep me in this game for now.
Next, I draw my Primitive Artifice card. This is a unique thing to the Ewoks, so I get to pick an objective and roll a die to see what happens. I roll a fail here, which means Cad Bane and the Stormtroopers are going to get a pin each. Then I get my real draw, and I get Logray. So with Inspiring Presence, Wicket's going to heal up to full health, and then the Trappers and Paploo are both going to dash. Then Logray is going to advance to the ingress point and spend a force on Stealthy Approach for another one of those dash and focus maneuvers. And finally, I'm going to shoot at Brad's Stormtroopers. I get a great roll here, and so I'm going to get 5 steps down my tree, which is going to run the whole thing. It's going to deal 5 damage, do 2 shoves, and a strain. It's also going to allow Logray to do his Elder's Command ability for free, which will let a Trapper dash and make a 5 dice attack against the same Stormtroopers. I get 2 successes here, which is going to do enough to give me a shove and deal 3 damage, taking the Stormtroopers down to 1 wound remaining, and scoring me a bunch of space on the struggle tracker.
This member of the 1HP gang is brought to you by Andrew McTighe. Thanks, Andrew. So next up, I am not going to go with Aurra Sing. I'm going to draw again, and I get Vader. So first off, from his tactical ability, I'll refresh a force right away. Then I'm going to spend that force immediately on Anger, Hate, Aggression to dash and add 3 dice to my next attack this turn. Then I'll advance up and attack this Trapper. Lots of dice, great roll, and I run my whole tree. I wound the Trappers, shove them, and I also get a jump. Then, because I got that wound, perhaps I can find new ways to motivate them. Lets me dash up with my Stormtrooper Sergeant, and then due to Cad's identity, I can refresh a force and remove the pin that was on Cad. Unfortunately though, when the Trappers go down, Chirpa gets a dash as well due to his identity.
Now I've drawn Paploo, which isn't a huge impact piece for me right now. I'm just going to advance up to this ingress point and then attack the troopers when I'm up there. I get enough damage here to shove them and wound them, giving me momentum. With Logray's identity, I could have dashed here, but I'm going to choose not to, and just sit on this and get 4 spaces worth of struggle.
So now on my turn, I draw, and I get my Shatterpoint, and I'm going to go with Vader. I'll immediately refresh that force and spend it again on Anger, Hate, Aggression to dash and buff my attack. I'll immediately take advantage of my buffed up attack and attack Logray and get a great roll. Again, I run my tree, I wound Logray, plus I give him a strain and a disarm. I also get a shove like crazy.
Yeah.
This Vader's cracked.
He is.
Then, just like last time, because of Cad's identity, I'll remove the strain that was on Cad and refresh another force. Also, with yet another way to motivate them, this Stormtrooper is going to dash and just chill next to Paploo. Again though, due to this wounding, Chirpa gets to reposition, and he's going to make a 5 dice attack. He targets my Stormtrooper, but all it does is add a strain, and I already had a strain, and I'm wounded, so it does nothing. Then with Vader's last action, yeah, he still had an action. I'm gonna get up on top of this building and steal this objective and just try and hold on and do something in Struggle 1.
I draw my trappers next and think I might be able to wrap it up here if I get some decent dice luck. So first I'm gonna switch them to injured and remove a strain so they don't have any conditions. Then I'll spend 2 force on stealthy approach to gain a focus and then make some attacks. First, they're going to attack Vader. I get 3 successes here, so a shove, a pin, and 3 damage goes through. Kind of hilarious, this little Ewok shoving Vader off this platform.
Yeah.
And then the second attack is going to be against the Stormtrooper Sergeant. I'm going to get 2 successes here, just for 3 damage and a shove. Because Brad played You Are Unwise to lower your defenses, the Ewoks do take 3 damage, but I'm not too upset about it because I control 5 out of 6 of the objectives here and just 1 Struggle 1.
Yeah, I didn't realize Ewoks were actually Zerglings, and you just zerged me
Totally.
like completely. Oof, dude.
Yeah.
Like I felt good. I was getting wounds. I was, like really dishing some hurt to you, but it didn't matter because you just controlled all the points.
Yeah, they really. I think I got kind of a best case scenario draw.
I think Wicket into Shatterpoint feels a lot like Kalani into Shatterpoint.
Yeah,
Kalani.
totally.
Like you just, when you can dash up so many other of your friends,
Totally.
you're just starting like already on the middle line, and then you're it's so good.
I was able to set up such a good board presence early, and then luckily not get too wounded. I mean, my trappers are wounded. Logray's pretty low. Paploo's in a bad spot.
Honestly, I don't feel too bad because stuff's gonna start costing you so much force going
Exactly.
forward, and I get a couple more wounds on some of these guys. You're gonna lose bodies to hold points.
Yeah.
I think I have a pretty good shot at coming back and taking Struggle 2.
It's crazy that you've only effectively used 1 force token so far. You have so much refresh that you
man.
almost always have a full bank ready to go.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
The constant force refresh is actually so enjoyable to play. I really like this team.
Yeah.
All right, well, we pull a card and we need more time. So I had 2 options here. I went with this one, and I don't love either of these, honestly, but it is what it is. And then the special Shatterpoint bonus for this round is a dash. So I guess that's nice.
Yeah.
The other thing that's nice about this is that we got this sick mat from Skirmish Mats. Desolate Dunes. You already know. One extra other thing that's also nice is AMG sent us so much of this stuff for free. Goated company. Thank you so much, AMG. If you see an AMG employee on the street, let them know how much you appreciate them.
Or just, check out the link in the description and learn more about this game.
Yeah, do that instead.
Yeah.
You know why we're here. You've seen this shtick before. We're here to shout out our 1 HP gangsters and mountain goats. Is that too much?
No, it's good.
Yeah, all the names up on the screen. These people are giving us dank dollars. So make sure that we can keep making content. We've been slamming some Kill Team. We've really into Shatterpoint lately. We have a lot of ideas for what we are gonna bring to the channel soon. And we also have a lot of ideas for how we want to upgrade our loadout.
So the thoughts and opinions of our patrons are extremely important to us, and so the best way to help us guide this channel and get your voice heard is to join our Patreon and let us know. Get in the Discord and tell us your opinion. So if you really like Shatterpoint and you want to see more of it, consider joining up for a few bucks a month and tell us.
All right, getting into Struggle 2, of course, I'm up first, and I think now's my time to actually use Aurra Sing. So I'm gonna start off by spending 1 force right away to make her a Stormtrooper with Payday. Then I have a shot, I'm just within range to shoot Vic's trappers, and I'm gonna use Expendable Distraction to deal 2 damage to my Stormtrooper Sergeant, but add 3 dice to my shot here. Because I'm a Stormtrooper and I have Coordinated Fire or whatever it is, I'm gonna be rolling 12 dice here. I get tons of successes. I wound the trappers a second time and shove them a bunch. After these shoves, I'll follow up And then I have a climb on my tree, so I'll get up on this gantry, which is honestly pretty great. Because she's a bounty hunter and I just wounded somebody, I'm gonna heal some damage off Cad Bane and refresh 2 force. I have infinite force,
yeah, I know,
basically.
it's ridiculous.
This is awesome. Unfortunately, then Chirpa has his Bright Tree Defender ability. It's gonna let him reposition here and make a 5 dice attack against Aurra. I rolled great defensively and nothing happened, so Ewoks are garbage. But Aurra's not done yet. I'm gonna pay another force to do double the contract, double the payout, and make a 5 dice attack on Chirpa. Since I'm a Stormtrooper still, I'm within range of some other Stormtroopers, so this is actually gonna be a 7 dice attack. I only get 2 steps through my tree here, so that's just 3 damage, a pin, and a strain. Unfortunately, I think I made a grave error. I should have done something else, because now I'm realizing at the end of this turn here, I'm on no points.
Yeah. Well, next I'm going to activate Chirpa and spend my last force on Stealthy Approach just to clear his pin and do a focus. Then I'm going to dash to the ingress point and attack this sergeant. Get 3 successes here, which is going to wound him and shove him twice. Luckily, I'm going to take control of the priority objective here, so that's 3 spaces closer to victory.
Okay, so next up I draw my bounty hunters. Wish I got them before now, but I'll do with them what I can, I guess. I'm gonna use Payday on them as well to make them Stormtroopers, and then I'm gonna dash up with their tactics ability. Next I'll spend a force on Tools of the Trade to give them Sharpshooter 2, then Focus, and make a couple of 10 dice attacks. I'm targeting Paploo. With the first attack, I get 4 damage, a shove and a pin, so I shove him back to the back of this building. Then with the second attack, only 2 successes unfortunately, but I still managed to shove him off the building and bring him down to 2 HP left. At least, since nobody's up there anymore, I have enough bodies on the ground that I do take this objective, which is the priority, but yeah, I'm not super optimistic.
Well, I only have 1 card left, so I know it's going to be my hunters that activate. First, they're going to advance 1 up on top of this building and then 1 underneath the middle point, which is the priority objective for this turn. Then I'm going to take a shot at the support bounty hunters. The first attack does 4 damage, a pin, an expose, and lets these guys climb up to the objective. The next attack will do 3 damage and another pin, so that's an extra damage, which is enough to wound them, which is enough to give me a momentum, which is enough to let me win Struggle 2.
Dude, you controlled all the points.
That's crazy.
I just got wrecked.
That's the Ewok thing, man. Like,
you just speed ran this wrecking of me. Dude, very canon.
Very canon.
Empire getting wrecked by Ewoks, literally the most canon
This is the
result.
way.
Kind of crazy though. I knew Ewoks were good, but I really underestimated their mobility here.
Yeah.
And I think I just played bad and got wrecked.
Yeah, like we talked about earlier in the pregame, if for some reason we had to play out Struggle 3 or whatever, like, my units are flying off the board right now. Like, I have very few wounds left and no force left. I kind of felt like I needed to win by the time I refreshed my deck, otherwise I'd lose. And
well, you did.
Fortunately, just got in under the wire.
Yeah, I think my big downfall here in Struggle 2 was I hadn't positioned myself to be able to actually like easily get up on the objectives that were up high.
Right.
I don't really have a lot of jumps. Like, I don't have good access. I'm not Mandalorians. I'm not like Jedi with force jump. I really needed to use ladders, and a lot of the ladders were blocked off. I couldn't use the ladders because your units were blocking my exit points at the top.
On the big bases, too.
Yeah.
The big bases help for that.
I think I should have seen the writing on the wall sooner in Struggle 1 and just bolted some units into the center of the board up on top near that like central objective.
Right.
That really would have helped me out. Scoring absolutely 0 in the first activation of Struggle 2, that's brutal.
Yeah, that hurts for sure.
I do really like this team though, although I fear they struggle with a lack of mobility. You know, I would be very interested in just subbing out Aurra Singh for Jango Fett. He's a lot more mobile and he can like use some of that force that I've been regenerating.
Yep.
Because I didn't really have a lot of good force sinks, I found. But I do like the Empire, and I do like how the bounty hunters played with the Stormtroopers.
Yeah.
I'm excited to just try this out more.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously I enjoyed playing the Ewoks.
Yeah, they look fun.
So this is the second game I've played with them. The first game, obviously, we played off camera and you destroyed me, but that was just as fun. Like, they're just a really fun team to play. They really feel thematic, like they work the way you think Ewoks are going to. They're surprising. They jump out of nowhere. Like, they're great. I'm looking forward to trying them with Leia and 3PO and R2. I think that's going to be a fun list as well. But honestly, like, it's hard to imagine playing a game of Shatterpoint and not just picking up my 6 Ewoks again. Like, what a blast. I really enjoyed this list. Yeah,
I enjoyed this game too. I told Victor, this is the most fun I've had losing.
Yeah.
Like, it was a great game. Totally. And I'm really excited to play Vader again and the Stormtroopers.
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for liking and commenting and subscribing, which I know you've already done by now. And we'll see you in the next one.
Yep.
Bye.
Peace.